it was a really surreal moment for me. We don't have a knockout competition in Australia, and it was, we weren't traveling so well that year. We'd had coaching changes, and our position on the ladder didn't really reflect how good we were going in the cup as well. It was just this really surreal sort of season for me where, yeah, as I said, the Super League we were struggling, in the cup we were going really good, and then just this groundswell of support, and I started to really understand the importance of the Challenge Cup to the English game. And then I really understood the importance of the Challenge Cup to the people of Warrington too. Given the length of time between victories with the cup, and then yeah. So personally, I was trying to figure it all out a little bit, mate, and how and my role within that, I suppose, other than just playing well for my teammates and the club. I did have a real sense of responsibility for the town, a real sense of responsibility to everyone who'd ever loved the Warrington Wolves. And the coolest thing about that victory was when we got back to Warrington, and the thousands upon thousands of people who watched us parade through the town. We got back to town hall. I'll never forget that moment, mate. Looking out over the crowd and the sea of Warrington fans. It's still one of my most favourite memories of my career. I thought I had one. I forget, Chris Riley was hanging around. He might have touched it. I'll blame him anyway. So yeah, no, I did get one chalked off, but I felt in control of that game. Both the cup finals actually. You never know in a game of footy, but sort of 20 minutes into the game, I felt like we had a pretty good handle on the game, and it was ours to lose. And thankfully, we had enough spirit and talent in both those games to sort of hold on and win. So Huddersfield were having a great year under Nathan Brown, a really strong team. Um, yeah, and if you sort of compare where they were sitting in the Super League compared to us, um, it should have been, if you're looking at that table, it should have been their sort of victory. But the Challenge Cup, as people in England know much better than people in Australia, the FA Cup, the Challenge Cup, these knockout sort of competitions, you don't have to be the best team. You just have to be the best team for that 80 minutes. And thankfully, we went on a run that year, and the cup and the final was just no different. So, yeah, you never feel safe in a game of footy, but I felt in control. And as I said, I felt like it was ours to lose. We just had to go about making sure we did the things that worked for us for 80 minutes. And um, yeah, I was confident they would get away with it. But yeah, pretty silky feeling.
It is all sunshine and smiles and primrose and blue, and Lee Briers alongside Adrian Morley, two great servants of this Warrington club.
One thing that 2009 offered me for 2010 was better understanding of what I was a part of. As I mentioned before, I didn't really grasp the importance of the Challenge Cup until I got to the final and what it meant to everyone. So in 2010, when we were having a good year like in Super League, and things were pointing, the club had turned around from my time when I first turned up. To then get to Wembley against Leeds, who had, that smoking hot team that they had with Kevin Sinfield and Keith Senior and Burrow, all of those guys on fire. Yeah, that one, that's my favourite memory of my 4 years at Warrington, is beating Leeds in 2010. That one, that's the one for me. Again, personally, I had a better understanding of what the cup meant and what it meant to actually play on Wembley. 12 more months in England, so I knew the importance of that special ground to every Englishman. So I had a better understanding of it. And then to beat Leeds down there when Leeds were winning Super Leagues, and yeah, that 80 minutes is my favourite. Other than my little daughter getting born over there, that's the favourite time I had in England. Yeah, the people of Warrington should be super excited and super proud of this current team, the way they've conducted themselves over the last couple of years in regards to showing some resilience and fight and getting their way out of it. And what if you had to pick a team to beat at Wembley, I think every Warrington, every Wire fan would pick Wigan for sure.